Quickly, young Lockett settled down and began to show the promise that talent scouts had told the club all about. However, at that time, there was another flamboyant character patrolling the goal square for St Kilda who became an unlikely confidant.
My first few games in the seniors, I played alongside Mark Jackson in the pocket, which was an experience. Jacko was a well-known figure in the VFL at that stage, and Jacko was he was all right to play alongside of. He sort of took me and young Rod Owen under his wing, and he showed us a few of the tricks of VFL football and helped us along quite a lot.
Mark Jackson, the clown prince of football, the man who once placed a brick behind Trevor Barker's brake pedal for a joke, and who delighted in placing lit cigarettes into the jacket pockets of the club's major sponsors. No wonder young Tony was able to move into football without the media spotlight being on him.
He was one of the characters of the game, and that's what the crowd loved, and obviously he loved it too.
Mark Jackson was soon to move on, his brand of humour wearing thin ad mirabin, and his place at full forward being filled by this young player with so much talent. It was time, according to the Saints, to give Tony Lockett his chance.
Yeah, well, that's where I originally started. All my football was at full forward, and I think that's what the club had in mind for me later on down the path, which is where I've ended up now. So I think that was what the club's long-term plan was.
Well, when you get the ball and you take a mark, what goes through your mind when you're going back to line up for a goal?
Oh, about the only thing that goes through my mind, Eddie, is to finish off the good work that the blokes up the field have put in to get the ball down to me. So obviously, the end result has got to be a goal. If you can kick 3 goals out of 4, I think that's what I set myself to do.
Is there any particular, say, mechanics about going back for your kick? Do you take some players like scratch the mark on the ground and things like that?
No, not really. I just make sure I give myself enough room, keep my head over the ball and follow through and kick the ball. I aim for the goal umpire.
The goal kicking came easy for Lockett on the field, but just as Tony was becoming more and more of a star, Plugger began to feel his space being invaded, not so much by full-backs, but by the public and the media. And this began to snowball in 1987, the greatest year to date for Tony Lockett. The Plugger machine was